Hi everyone. So this one's fairly important video clip for you. Uh, what we're going to go over now is our order of operations. Okay, this is what kind of will make or break you as you move through doing all your simplification stuff. And this is why we went over what those rules were for exponents and for real numbers like our commutative property and our distributive property and all that sort of stuff. So using that information along with our order of precedence or our order of operations will really allow us to get things going the way that we want. So first thing we have to think about is what exactly are our order of operations for working in math in general. So, oops. First thing, you always finish the stuff that's in parentheses first. Okay, and it's always from the innermost out. So you do the deepest part of the parentheses first. Next thing we do is exponents. Okay, and that's from left to right. Then we do our multiplication and division. Again, from left to right. And then finally we do our addition and subtraction. Which is also going to be left to right. So best thing for me to do now is probably to just go through a couple of examples for you guys. So let's just take a look at a few. So we'll take something pretty straightforward at first. So let's take 8. Some examples here. Let's try that again. So let's say 8 times 3 plus 4 times 2 minus 1. So if this is our equation that we're given and we have to simplify it, then the first thing we have to do is we have to find out are there anything in parentheses there? Well, in this particular case, no, there's not. So what are we going to have to do? Well, if there's nothing in parentheses, then we go down to exponents. Do we have any exponents? No, there's no exponents either. So now we're looking for multiplication or division. Do we have multiplication or division going on? Well, yes, as a matter of fact, we do. We have it going on here, and we have it going on here. So we're to complete these from left to right. That means this one here should be done first. So that's going to be 24 plus 4 times 2 minus 1. Then we're going to do this one. So that's going to be 24 plus 8 minus 1. Now we have two different additions going on, and unless we're going to invoke a property to allow us to kind of switch the order we're doing stuff in, we have to go from left to right. So 24 plus 8 will give us 32 minus 1. And now we can finally do our last one, which will give us 31. That's going to be our answer. That's how you go about doing this stuff. Don't try to take big jumps and try to kind of just step your way down through it. Now, if you happen to do all your multiplication as you're stepping along, as you get used to it, fine, no big deal. Just make sure that that's all you're doing. It's not a bad idea if you struggle with this a bit to actually do what I did and underline the bits that you're currently working on. Okay, let's take a look at another example. So let's say this time we had 3 plus 1 what do I do? 3 plus 1 times 5 minus 2 to the 3 plus 5. Okay, so let's use this as our example this time. Well, do we have any parentheses? No. Do we have any exponents? Yes. We only have the 1 though. So let's do that one. So that leaves us with 3 plus 1 times 5 minus 2 to the 3 should give me 8 plus 5. Do we have any multiplication now because we've done all the exponents? Yes, we do. So now we have 3 plus 5 minus 8 plus 5. So that's going to be 8 minus 8 plus 5, 0 plus 5. That'll give us 5, so that'll be our answer. And we do one more example. So let's say I have 3 plus 2 times 2 minus 3 plus 1 to the power of 2. Alright, so let's take a look at what we got here. Well, first thing we have is we have a couple of parentheses that we have to deal with. So let's do what's in the parentheses first. We go into the parentheses, there's no nested, so there's not another one level down, and there's only an operation in each one. So that's going to give me a 5 times 2 minus, I'm going to do this one too as well so I can keep everything on the one screen, 4 to the power of 2. I'll even, no, hang on now. Alright, so what do we do next? Well, next we have to get our exponent. So now we're going to have our exponent to deal with, and that's going to make that 16. Now we deal with our multiplication. Now we do our subtraction, and my answer is minus 6. So again, it's just a matter of taking our time, working through what we're working through, and figuring out what our value is. One other thing I want to do in this, and now let me see. Is there anything else I want to touch on here? No, not enough time left in this video anyway. So I'm going to just stop there and have another one of these done up for you guys again soon. Talk to y'all later. Bye for now.